Evening all. It's been a little while since we've done a quiz. As you can see, I've had a haircut.
Yeah, we've changed a little bit since you've last seen us a good few months ago.
Yeah, because it's the Halloween quiz, we even got a pumpkin.
An uncarved pumpkin.
Actually, Faye, I think you'll find it's a mystery pumpkin because whatever you carve into it, it just reforms. And that's what makes it so scary, you see.
It's terrifying.
Or we haven't just carved it. I mean, it's one of those
Well,
things.
you weren't going to carve her anyway.
Anyway.
Anyway, hope you're all doing really well and enjoying the Halloween festivities, although we're in lockdown.
I know. So that's why we thought we'd do a sneaky quiz. And I dare say we'll do a Christmas quiz as well.
Yeah, and it's just an excuse to have a laugh and dress up, isn't it? And obviously just quiz things up and have a drink.
Put on a beautiful, luxurious wig, which is totally fine. I'm always up for that.
You look really pretty.
Yeah, and you look terrifying. Darling, you look terrifying.
Stop. Anyway, so we've got another quiz and we've got this time 4 rounds. So in the first round we have 30 questions. Normally we've done about 20 of
those. Yes, it's a bit of a big one this week. It's 30 general knowledge. Well, I say general knowledge, it's 30 horror gaming questions.
So Halloween themed. The second round is a picture round. Quite a Google-ish picture round.
Tough one as well.
Third round, I can't remember what's the third.
The third round is an anagram round.
Yeah.
There's 5 anagrams to untangle. And then the fourth and final round is a music round, which is a round that historically everyone gets 10 out of 10.
There's some awesome ones in there.
Yeah, it was because we haven't done this for a while. When we were putting the quiz together, I was just mentally ticking off a list of like, yeah, I want to play that game, I want to play that game. So tonight I will.
Yeah, we should just go gold and just
smash into a load of horror gold. So yeah, happy Halloween, everyone, and should we dive straight in?
I think we should.
I'll do the first question, and we'll alternate as usual. So drinks and pencils at the ready.
Good luck.
So, question 1. I'll make us a
Happy
touch
Halloween.
Small. Oh yeah, that's actually quite nice.
I love this photo. I love this little screenshot of the game. So I had to put that in there.
That is really nice.
Halloween.
Yeah, I do love that art style. I won't say what it's on because maybe it's.
I know. I didn't want to give a little spoiler then.
So here we go. Question 1. Oh, I love the blood splat you've got up there as well. Good work.
Thanks.
Question 1. What was the name of the 1996 adventure billed as the most violent adventure game of all time? So question 1, what was the name of the 1996 adventure billed as the most violent adventure game of all time? And I must say that I've actually played this recently, and it is quite full on. Even now it's
terrifying.
It is not shy. Some of the things, the subject matter in that it's a pearl clutcher, let's say.
Yeah. That's right. Question 2. How many guests did Henry Stoff invite to his mansion in the 1993 PC game? So we've got Henry himself to the right.
Nice.
Looking dapper.
With his velvet glove, obviously.
And I absolutely love this game. I think this is one of the first games we played together when we first met.
Yes. I've always championed this. An absolute classic. But do you reckon he's only got the one velvet glove on, or is... Is there another one there?
Who knows? Does anyone know if he's got another glove on or?
One of those things called is it a corsage? The things around the neck.
Well, he's got like a cravat.
Cravat. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Isn't a corsage a flower?
I don't know. Probably. I asked you, and then you're blaming me.
Let's go to question 3, shall we?
Ravenholm is a creepy town in which game? So that's question 3. Ravenholm is a creepy town, very creepy town, in which game? And it's I think the people who know this will be straight there because it's very much a standout moment in that game.
Yeah, definitely. There's people out there going to know this, aren't they?
Yeah.
I almost just want to be teleported there right now.
I don't.
Terrified.
Even that looks. I mean, they still got the electricity on, so someone's paying the bills.
How awesome would it be to like replicate like a little scene in the game like that, somewhere out in some field somewhere and just
it would be so terrifying.
Question 4. The 2015 indie horror game The Static Speaks by Name heavily features the painting of 2 bananas on a plate, 2 palm trees on an island, 2 smiling faces, or 2 people holding hands. That's very nice, isn't it? So the 2015 indie horror game The Static Speaks by Name heavily features a painting of which of the following: 2 bananas on a plate, 2 palm trees on an island, 2 smiling faces, or 2 people holding hands.
And it's not a spoiler to say that this game, The Static Speaks My Name, is free, so you can just get it for free even now.
I like the title of it.
It's a lovely title. And it's quite an affecting sort of game as well. So it's definitely one. Like I said, it's a free horror game on Halloween night. So straight into that. And the sequel as well. I forget the developer's name, but doesn't give a hoot. It's called The Bucket Detective. And Cricky Moses, he really ramps things up.
What a guy.
Question 5. Amanda Ripley is the protagonist of which 2014 game?
Yeah, she's in the corner, look.
Looking serious.
She looks very serious.
She appears to work in a call centre as well. She's got a headset on, so...
Gosh, she's a busy woman.
Taking calls and dealing with the events of the game. So, question 5. Amanda Ripley is the protagonist of which 2014 game?
On to question 6. What was the name of the PlayStation 2 survival horror game developed by From Software and set in feudal Japan?
This is a game I've only become aware of relatively recently, and this
is when I can't control them. It's not me. It's not me. It's the clown in me. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it before, when we were going through the questions and stuff, and we both,
And then when you read about it, it's really balmy, and it is...
Seems intriguing.
Not cheap to pick up, but yeah, it is one that I'd like to have in the collection.
Yeah, if you've got a couple of pounds flying around.
Lira.
With a couple of zeros on the end.
Question 7. What is the name of the knight in the Ghouls and Ghosts series of games?
Everyone should know this. Shame on you if you don't know this.
Yeah, Faye will not be your friend.
That poor man, especially when his armour flies off. Freezing.
I know, it's true, actually. In his tighty whities. So, question 7. What is the name of the knight in the Ghouls and Ghosts series of games?
Question 8.
Sorry.
One of my favourites. So, in the 1995 game, The Addams Family Values, which member of the family does the player control? Is it Cousin It, Wednesday Addams, Uncle Fester, or Gomez Addams? I'll do like this game. Again, it's quite expensive to pick up now, isn't it? We were lucky when we bought it. I think we paid I remember paying about £12 for it. And now I think it's worth 60 odd quid, maybe more.
It is, and it's good as well. It's very different. It's actually quite a unique game on the Mega Drive as well. For the I don't want to give any clues away, but
that's what happens, isn't it?
How often, when you go to write down the Addams family surname, do you put 1D? I do it all the time, and then I remember thinking there's always something weird about this name. It's the 2Ds.
So in the 1995 game, The Addams Family Values, which member of the family does the player control? Is it Cousin It, Wednesday Addams, Uncle Fester, or Gomez Addams?
Question 9. James Sunderland, on the right there, is the protagonist of which game? So, question 9. James Sunderland is the protagonist of which game? And there he is wearing those...
He looks scared of his wits, doesn't he?
He's looking a bit peaky, I'll give him that as well. He's also wearing one of those, like, are they called Deutsch, that brand, the military jackets everyone used to wear?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's a bit of a trendsetter as well. They probably would have been big as well at the time the game was released, so...
Yeah. Mind you, I've still seen people now to this day wearing them.
He is wearing a Grandad shirt. He is wearing a Grandad shirt. Like, imagine that. Like, I'm going to start again. I'll put on my military jacket and my grey, and that shirt, that's the kind of grey that would show up sweat patches as well.
Well, the thing is, he's thinking about comfort at the end of the day, isn't he? So
he is practically dressed, I suppose.
He's a practical person, I'd say. Leave him alone. Question 10. A game based on the film Halloween exists for the Atari 2600. Is that true?
Or false?
Or false. I'd love to own this game.
I like I did notice this, the jibs on the pumpkins.
If it exists.
Like, that is a miserable pumpkin, the one on the right. It's like, nah, I don't believe that.
Yeah. It sounds like it'd be pretty awesome if it was a real deal.
And while people are mulling this over as well, that little Dracula reminds me of, isn't there a game called like Kid Dracula? Which looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like one of the the big head kind of what do they call them? Super deformed games with the big heads. It looks really funky.
Sorry, it's Halloween.
Question 11. Raccoon City is linked to which horror game series? And there's Kid Dracula again. With a Tintin tuft at the back of his head.
Because you kind of almost look at it and it looks like it could be an owl.
Oh, yeah. Like the cape is coming down the back and there is little legs. Like
Yeah.
two pink things are his
Or
legs.
it looks like Boo the ghost from the Mario series.
Or it looks like a kind of
Hidden with a wig on.
quite unthreatening shark swimming towards you.
Oh, I don't
There's a lot of things that could be actually.
Should we move on? Because
You've ruined this.
I don't like the look of it, to be honest. Question 12 then. The 1994 game Alien Carnage was previously known under what seasonal title?
Oh.
So the 1994 game Alien Carnage was previously known under what seasonal title?
And as a little bonus clue, because I realise how tough this question is, the answer is alliterative as well. So that's a little clue.
I think everyone's got that right. So, number 13. Yes.
Alone in the Dark Illumination was positively received by critics. True or false? And there's Frankie there to help you.
Again, could be a bird.
He is blushing, isn't he?
He is, but he's embarrassed.
You reckon that's a bird? Oh, I don't know if that looks like a bird.
Bird with a hat on.
I can't see that. So, question 13. Alone in the Dark Illumination was positively received by critics. True or false?
Question 14. Stories Untold were set in which decade? Is it the 70s? The way I said that, I really annoyed myself. Stories Untold were set in which decade? So is it the 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s?
Please, Faye, noughties. Come on.
Or the noughties?
Yeah. The naughty 40s, thrifty 50s.
So Stories Untold were set in which decade? 70s, 80s, 90s,
Or noughties.
or naughty? God, you sound like you're naughty. Number 15.
Question 15. Thrill Kill is an unreleased hyper-violent fighting game for which console? So question 15. Thrill Kill is an unreleased hyper-violent fighting game for which console? I used to own a copy of this, and now I don't. And that
That's a
makes
boring
me
story.
sad. No, because
Where
it's
did it
called,
go?
it was like
When you were a kid.
well, I can't say when it was because obviously that will give a clue. But
I did try and help you.
but yeah, it was pretty much done, and then it just got. Well, I think they sent it off to the censors, and they said, "This is violent, guys. This is really violent." So they didn't release it. But if anyone's got it, send me a copy. Cheers.
Yeah. Question 16. Scissorman is an antagonist from which series of games? And there is he
is.
himself.
Yeah,
He's very skinny legs.
yeah. It's well, in obviously it says series of games. It's not a hint, but that's an 8-year-old boy in that particular version.
But regardless, still.
What are they? Scissors or are they shears?
They are massive.
If I was like, oh, where's my scissors? I used to open envelopes, and I reach for those.
I'd probably be gone.
Yeah, they're shears. Let's call them what they are.
So, Scissorman is an antagonist from which series of games?
Question 17. The Dark Descent is the subtitle to which 2010 horror title from Frictional Games? So, question 17. The Dark Descent is the subtitle to which 2010 horror title from Frictional Games?
Toughie. That's so toughie.
It is a toughie. It is a toughie. God, this wig's really it's really warming as well.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Oh, it's so pretty.
I know, yeah.
You become attached.
I do love a syrup.
Oh. So we're on to number 18 next. In which series of games do you play as Isaac Clarke? And there is young
Mr. Clark.
to mid-late 40 Isaac on your right.
He looks peaky in that picture, and also he looks like the bloke who played John Connor in Terminator Salvation. I forget his name. He always looks tired, the actor.
Well, he's knackered in there.
He's green cracker there, isn't he? Obviously.
Again, there's no surprising considering what he does
It's true,
for a
actually. Yeah.
living.
He is frightened. Question 19. Bright Falls is the setting for which 2010 survival horror? This is another 2010. We've had two 2010 questions. So question 19, Bright Falls, and I forgot to capitalise the F, that's all on me, is the setting for which 2010 survival horror? We've actually got a really nice box set of this.
On to 20. Which game is set inside the undersea city of Rapture?
You didn't say Rapture, Faye?
Sorry. Which game is set inside the undersea city of Rapture?
There we go. I think a lot of people are going to know this. It's a bloody good game, it is. Bloody good game. And I can say bloody because it's not swearing because it's Halloween.
Blinking.
It's a blinking good game.
Oh gosh, looks like I've been through a hedge and back.
Question 21. In which 2006 PS2 game do you play as a girl called Jennifer accompanied by a dog called, yes, Brown?
It's your favourite colour, isn't it?
It's my favourite word as well. Question 21. In which 2006 PS2 game do you play as a girl called Jennifer accompanied by a dog called Brown?
This is another title quite hard to get hold of as well, isn't it? Now, it's quite pricey.
It's very pricey, and also
a good game.
When we were researching these questions and I watched footage of this game, my God, I've never wanted to play a game more. It was the specific clip we saw was ridiculous, wasn't it?
We have it though, but we've never played it.
Have we got it?
I'm sure we have it.
Don't say things like that. You can't go saying stuff like that, boys.
Sad.
Sad, but she is so cool as buns, that is.
Question 22. Alma Wade is a major character in which series of horror games? Horror.
And there's the Kid Dracula /shark/owl.
So Alma Wade is a major character in which series of horror games? 23.
Question 23. In which game do you play as James Earl Cash, a death row prisoner who was forced to participate in a series of snuff films for disgraced film producer Lionel Starkweather? That's a name, that is it. Here's my son, Lionel Starkweather. Even though
Starkweather.
That's a name. In which game do you play as James Earl Cash, a death row prisoner who was forced to participate in a series of snuff films for disgraced film producer Lionel Starkweather? I think the name Stark, like when you think of Stark, like Richard Stark was the pen name of Donald Westlake when he did his like really gritty novels. Stark is like a. I think the name Stark comes up in the Stephen King's The Dark Half as well. So maybe it's just a horror thing.
Very trivia. Question 24. In 2002, which John Carpenter film received a video game version? So in 2002, which John Carpenter film received a video game version?
By the way, when we was doing this question, I thought, actually, is that the only game based on a John Carpenter license? And then I thought more about it. I realised it wasn't. Yes. And then I thought more about it, and I wished it was. Because the other one, wow!
Not with it.
He's not very good, as the French say.
I want it.
Yeah, of course. We have definitely...
Badly.
I don't know if we've got it. I'll have to find out.
I don't think so. Moving on to question 25.
5 away from the end. How many different ammo types are there in 1993's Doom?
Is it 2?
Is it 4?
Is it 6?
Or is it 8? I think that, just to say, this isn't like the amount of guns. This is the ammo that is spread between the guns. So it's just a little bit tougher.
And you can see this on the bottom of your screen, can't you? More specifically the bottom right corner of the screen.
On the Doom HUD. We wanted a Doom HUD question for Halloween.
Yeah, definitely.
So question 25. How many different ammo types are there in 1993's Doom? 2, 4, 6, or 8?
Who do we appreciate?
You sang something then.
I didn't.
I don't know.
Question 26. When you play the piano in the original Resident Evil, what game?
What game?
When you play the piano in the original Resident Evil, what comes out of the fireplace?
And just in case there's more than one piano, and someone's thinking, well,
it's the very first one.
Actually, Britain 5, there's actually multiple pianos. It's the blue piano. So when you play the blue piano in the original Resident Evil, what comes out of the fireplace? Clue: not Santa. Not Santa.
Get it.
Question 27. Which enemy comes out of the floor of the attic in the original Alone in the Dark? A snake, a zombie, a spider, or a werewolf? And I urge you to watch on YouTube the opening to Alone in the Dark, because it is brilliant. Even now, it's such a good opening.
Yeah, we actually watched that this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, I just thought it's no wonder that, and I didn't realise that on the
really good,
it must
though.
be in the CD version. It's like a voiceover. It's really good. It's so scene setting. The gameplay.
I didn't want to play it though. I felt like I wanted to be there. And
I think I'd watch a run through of it. I don't know if I'd play it now. I think it'd be really like very rustic controls.
Yeah, it's vintage. So question 28. What's the name of Luigi's new ghost hunting tool? And there he is with his new ghost hunting tool. What is it?
What a pro. I like you've done this, and it makes it look like he's frightened of the spider. That's quite... Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I put it there on purpose, but when I was doing the slides, it did actually animate. But obviously when we saved it,
so
we
all
didn't
these
save
things, and you bring it to OBS,
yeah.
and they stop. Oh, of course, all of these little things are supposed to be animating. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind.
So question 28, more importantly, what's the name of the Luigi's new ghost hunting tool?
Question 29. Crimson Butterfly is the subtitle to which game? So, question 29. Crimson Butterfly is the subtitle to which game? And as a little clue, the series that this title is from is known as something different in America, Japan, and Europe. So, you may write down one or the other depending on where you're from, but we'll give a full mark for both.
Yeah, good call. So let's move on to the last question. So this is number 30. What is the name of the main AI antagonist in the System Shock games? So what is the name of the main AI antagonist in the System Shock games? And that is the final question.
That is it.
So how did you all do? How do you think you did? I reckon everyone did pretty well.
I think it's going to be tougher than usual because, I mean, going back from when we used to do the quiz, a lot of people will get between like 10 and 13.
Yeah.
But I think that when you've got like a Halloween or a Christmas or a themed quiz, it narrows the knowledge. So I'm going to guess people had about 7 or 8.
So whereas there's not kind of there's not no like Sonic based questions, no Mario based questions.
Yeah, no like generic stuff. You know that someone's doing this. Some horror aficionado is saying, "Oh, well, actually, the question 2 was," and they give the glasses a wiggle.
But it's really cool to have that opportunity to focus on just purely horror and Halloween stuff, isn't it?
It is nice. It was really fun putting this all together because, well, horror is so important. I think it's time to move on to the next round.
So this is round 2. You basically have to name the screenshot.
Well, name the game.
Name the game from the screenshot. Sorry, name the specific slide in the screenshot. So this game, question 1. What is it? This is one of my favorite games.
You love this. You really, really love this game.
I had a weird obsession with it, I think.
Yeah, and in fact, we finished it. And then when you got your new laptop, you just bought it and installed it again and started playing it again.
Yeah, it's on there with The Sims. Yeah.
Sims.
They're waiting.
Sims 3.
I did start it, but
yeah, it is good. It's one I'd play again as well.
It's so creepy, isn't it? I love the fact it's all black and white and it's just the atmosphere in the game. Look at that.
Unfortunately, it kicked off a genre like a load of clones, and most of them were what's that word?
Rubbish.
Crap. That's it.
Yeah. The thing is, you can't go copying things like that because it doesn't work out. And although sometimes the graphics look good and whatever, it looks pretty and beautiful, but it doesn't play.
It's got to be that like really narrow-minded gameplay like that.
But this one hit the nail on the head, I think.
Really good game.
So question 2. Again, we played this together.
For my money, this is one of the toughest questions in the quiz. I meant to say this too earlier on.
Okay.
I think this is I know it. Because I've obviously played it a lot, but
So this could be a cheeky clue then, if for those who find it difficult or non-difficult.
Okay.
Feeling good? It's Halloween. Giving that a little bit extra back, you know. I've got candy to give you. So it is basically it was one of the first kind of ish VR games to come out, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's on VR. We have it.
Is it safe to say that? Is it true that like it's been on another game series? Can we say that? No. No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was trying to help people, but
give it away.
This is terrifying. And
but it is, isn't it?
I know what everyone's thinking as well. Is that like I was really far into this game, right? And then my friend came over and I wanted to show him, and because I was drunk, I accidentally saved over my game and started from the beginning.
Some of them are tough in that one. I remember the fire kind of almost felt like Freddy-esque level. I found quite difficult.
We need another session on it, really.
But with the VR on as well, it's terrifying.
A little hint there. About the VR.
What?
Let's go on to question 3.
I don't know what I did then.
You said about the VR.
Yeah, you already said that was a clue earlier on.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I said that was a cheeky clue.
Oh, of course. About the. I thought. Yeah, that's.
Anyway, number 3.
This is a good game.
Another classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bought from the arcades.
This is. I mean, look at that tree.
I'm not even looking at the tree. Oh, as well as that tree. Look, almost like skeletal.
If I saw a dude coming towards me wearing a nappy with a hood on his head holding 2 chainsaws covered in burns, I'd think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to move out of Merthyr.
But I mean, he's going to give as good as he gets, isn't he? Let's just say the guy on the left, because he's got like a mask on. He's
got a shotgun.
Shotgun.
As well. Yeah.
But then why are you doing it in the woods at that time of night?
I will say as well that when I see chainsaws now, all I think about is the chainsaw duel in Nicolas Cage's Mandy. That film. What a film that was. Watching 2 people have a fight with chainsaws is nerve-wracking.
Tense.
It's so tense.
Well, I wouldn't want to take part in that, let me tell you. I would like, but...
I would like, but it's Halloween,
I'll be busy that day. So this is question 4. You need to really look at the picture. But I think there's a couple of giveaways to... Yeah.
I will say as well that, you know, when you watch a lot of, especially old kung fu films, and they're fighting with, like, say, swords, right? They do this thing where someone will swipe and then they'll catch the blade.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that in a film where that happens with a chainsaw. Because there's only that bit in the middle, isn't it? So you couldn't do it with your palms. You'd have to do it with your fingertips because of the chain. So someone would like go like this with a chainsaw, and you'd have to go...
Oh, so the 2 chainsaws are kind of caught together.
No, the chain goes like that, doesn't it? So in the middle, there's the bit you could hold from the sides. If you were bloody brave.
Wow, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a Wally.
No, I probably wouldn't try and catch. I wouldn't even do that with a butter knife in case I cut myself.
Question 5. Back to the early days. This is a good one.
Yeah. You've got a T-shirt.
Of this game,
with that
yes.
dude on, yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I haven't worn it for a while, actually. Start digging them out.
Because you're too busy dressing up as a clown.
Just clowning about, see? Just clowning around.
Bloody hell.
But this is another classic.
Yeah.
I was always intrigued why he used to walk around with like 2D glasses on though.
3D glasses.
3D glasses on though. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's. I think it was just a thing, wasn't it? When you watch most.
Perhaps because of the era, isn't it?
When you watch for some reason, like Asian like bad guys who hang around the street corners in 80s films always wore 3D glasses. I don't know what they must just.
Does anyone know?
Couldn't see anything.
Bizarre.
Especially not in bloody 3D. Did you jump?
I didn't see him then.
This was another thing. I thought you turned around to look behind you. Then are you there? This was a good. This was a good game because it was like, for what it was, it really worked, and then the lore and everything just rolled on, and it kind of ruined it. But this was like the original sort of jump scare, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I did think it was creepy there. You turn away. You daren't turn away.
Turn back,
because as soon as you turn back, you know he's going to be right there.
Boom. Yeah. It did. It was really good.
Little tinker.
Not the original jump scare. The original jump scare, it focused on it as a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah. So, question 7. This game. Wow. This game. Just wow.
This, right? I will say this is the hardest question in the entire quiz. Possibly in any quiz we've ever done, because the only reason that you and I even know about this is because I got sent it for review a few years ago.
Yeah.
This is a Taiwanese horror game that was really badly translated, and this sequence is absolutely terrifying.
And this always stuck with me.
Yeah, this
She
is like
always
one of
stuck
your
with me.
main gaming memories. Was this?
Yeah, because it's mainly based around like children and stuff, isn't there? This children sleeping and children.
And you have to do these like mini games, and it's always like like there's one bit where you have to leave the room, and you're just like there's children sleeping in beds, and you have to. It's kind of like Tetris. You have to move them out the way, and it's quite basic. But then, like surrounding all this like really basic gameplay, there's this really horrific story. So you're doing these like quite sort of simple things, but then the story moves forward, and you're like, oh, this is buzzing.
It's really sinister.
Yeah, and this was absolutely foul. This bit.
Yeah,
Woo, go Halloween.
Hope you're gonna sleep tonight.
Yeah.
So number 8. Didn't play a lot of this. I feel like I should spend more time playing it.
This and another one. I won't say what system it's on, but this and another game that I specifically bought for you. You played for like an hour, and you were like, right, I'm getting into this. And then, as is normally the case, you just get stuck into other things. Then things come along.
Work and wherever. And
yeah,
it just
work's
gets
a bit weird. So
put aside then, doesn't it?
But this and another one. I don't think it's by the same developer, but it's a game that in my head is a similar game. The Velcro keeps sticking them out. Is something I think you'll go back to one day when you have like some time off work. You'll be like, right, let's tuck into this.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
It's a tough one.
So we've got 2 more to go. Number 9.
Another toughie.
We need someplace very dark.
Are you talking to me, sorry?
Yes.
Yes.
No, this is what.
This is another tough one. This was another one that I remember you locked onto the development of this game really early on, and you followed it for like 2 years, didn't you? And then it finally came out.
Yeah.
So.
I just like the whole idea of it, and I just everything about it, the story was creepy, and the fact I can't give any spoilers away because I feel like I'm trying to give it away.
Although, yeah, it is a hint if you look at the arm. There's a kind of hint.
Which is why I thought it was terrifying.
Yeah. Really good game. To a point.
The last one then. Another good game.
Yeah. And I will say that I think this is a promotional still as opposed to a gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Or maybe part of a little cutscene. But you definitely, get the gist of what the game is there.
Again, there's some like terrifying monsters in this game, isn't there?
And as a further clue, because it is quite tough, it's tied into another game in this round. So that's another little clue as well.
Yeah.
The ending of this game is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
And horrible as well.
Really
Everything
foul.
about it is horrible, and all these monsters around eating and weird stuff.
Good stuff. PG rated, obviously.
Eating sounds terrifying, I know, but you've just got to play it and see. So that round 3 is anagrams. For those who like anagrams. I do like an anagram, mind. I do find them difficult.
So there they are.
So number 1, we have handgun touring.
Number 2, we've got oat slut.
Number 3, walnut din.
Number 4, Stella nightmare.
And 5, we have ease private, but obviously they're all jumbled up and represent
horror games.
A horror game.
I do like handgun. All of these are like really good because you've got like handgun touring. So it's almost like you walk. It's almost like the name of like a gun museum.
Handgun touring, yeah, or handgun in touring, like a place called touring.
Almost, yeah, that could be good. Also, like one where you like it cuts to the camera and there's like a camera on the dashboard and it's hi, today we're going to go handgun touring. We're going to drive around America and just look at people's handgun collections because everyone's got one. And then oat slut. It sounds like an adult breakfast cereal.
Yeah, and someone who's obsessed with this brand of cereal, therefore they get name called.
The porridge, 3 meals a day. Walnut din sounds like a chocolate.
Walnut din sounds something I'd have.
What would you have? If I said, do you want like a whisper or a walnut din?
Oh, I'd still have a whisper, I think. Whisper gold, maybe. But walnut din sounds quite nice.
Okay, so I bought you a walnut din chocolate, right? So what is it? How do you imagine it to be?
For some reason, I think it's obviously got walnuts.
Yes.
Obviously, but I feel like it's got like some dates and raisins, and it's almost like cold pressed fruit with what like almost like a fruit bar type thing, like
like a tracker kind of thing.
That they kind of pressed together as opposed to actually cooked or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like the din,
bar,
the din is like the compacted fruit. Like it's not like a noise. The din is like the busyness of the fruit within the bar.
Yeah. Or it could be short for walnut dinner, couldn't it?
Oh my god. Just you open up this walnut whip packet, and there's a load of gravy seeps out, and there's just a walnut in it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, walnut gravy.
I like your walnut
chocolate.
din. I like the din being like the music of the busyness of the fruit.
I do like, and I love raisins, and how much you love them as well.
I can't stand them, Faye. They're like grapes that have gone through a divorce. Stellar Nightmare is something like I'd say to you in the morning, like I wake up like crying fear tears, and like I just had an absolutely stellar nightmare. Yeah, I like that.
I don't see it as that. I think you've been on the cans all night. On the Stellas. Waking up battered, not feeling very well, obviously hungover, therefore you've had a stellar nightmare last night.
So it's like beyond a hangover. It's not like, are you hungover, Brit? Like, no, this is a stellar nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, this is a piercing headache.
And that's something that everyone's would start saying as well. Oh, you had I had a stellar nightmare last night. And then you think, you're stinking hangover today. Yeah.
An ease private just sounds like something a drill sergeant would say to like a young man in the army. It was like kind of like Laurel, stand on, and they're like, ease, private, ease.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine that.
Yeah, do you know, I kind of agree with you on that one.
Just
I haven't got
like
anything else for that one.
So, that was the anagram round.
Yeah. Jot them down if you feel like you want to go back to them.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah. This is my favourite round.
So, this is the music round, and we're going to disappear for this, and you will get to listen to 10 minutes. It works out as like a minute per track.
Yeah.
So there's 10 questions, and that will happen now. So, diddle-a-dun. So, yeah, you've just sat through the music round, so I hope you all got a solid 10 out of 10. Historically, the music rounds have always been
There's
really
some good
well
ones in
scored.
there, really good ones.
Yeah, and this was around when I was putting it together. I thought, yeah, I need to play all of these games again.
And we need them on. We need that particular track that's on vinyl.
Yeah, all of them on vinyl. Just those 10 tracks on vinyl. Boom, done. Just a minute of them. So
that's the end of the whole quiz.
that is the quiz, and we are hurtling into the answers now. So pencils at the ready. I wish this Velcro would stop sticking in me.
Well, it's meant to join up by that side, isn't it?
Okay. For God's sake. So yeah, we're going to go to the answers.
Okay.
And here we go with round 1.
So, yes, here are the answers in front of you, the 1 to 20 anyway. So question 1 is, what was the nightmare of the 1996 adventure billed as the most violent adventure game of all time? And the answer is Harvester. How many guests did Henry Stoff invite to his mansion in the 1993 PC game? And it was 7. Ravenholm is a creepy town in which game? And it's Half-Life 2. The 2015 indie horror game The Static Speaks My Name heavily features a painting of palm trees. Question 5. Amanda Ripley is the protagonist of which 2014 game? And the answer is Alien Isolation. Number 6. What was the name of the PS2 survival horror game developed by From Software and set in feudal Japan? And the answer is Q1. Question 7. What is the name of the knight in the Ghouls and Ghosts series of games? And it is Arthur. Question 8. The 1995 game The Addams Family Values. Which member of the family does the player control? And the answer is Uncle Fester. Number 9. James Sunderland is the protagonist in Silent Hill 2. Number 10. A game based on the film Halloween exists for the Atari 2600, and it is true.
And it is also expensive.
Very
Question
expensive.
11. Raccoon City is linked to which horror game series? That's Resident Evil. Question 12. The 1994 game Alien Carnage was previously known under what seasonal title? Extra clue I gave was it's alliterative, and the answer is Halloween Harry. And then it was changed after Halloween. Question 13. Alone in the Dark Illumination was positively received by critics. True or false? It's very much false. It was for a while, and maybe still is, one of the lowest reviewed professionally reviewed games on Metacritic. Question 14. Stories Untold was set in which decade? It is the 80s. A lot of the promotional material shows a kind of Commodore, so I think it's a Spectrum / Commodore sort of computer, so it's very much in the 80s. It's also very good. You should get it. Question 15. Thrill Kill is an unreleased hyper-violent fighting game for which console that Brit used to own? And that is the PlayStation 1. Question 16. Scissor Man is an antagonist from which series of games? That's Clock Tower. Question 17. The Dark Descent is the subtitle to which 2010 horror title from Frictional Games? And that is Amnesia. They did Penumbra, then they did Amnesia. Question 18. In which series of games do you play Isaac Clarke? And that is it was a mixture of two names. It's Isaac Asimov, and I forget the second one. But either way, it is Dead Space. Question 19. Bright Falls is the setting for which 2010 survival horror? The answer is Alan Wake. And question 20. Which game is set inside the undersea city of Rapture? And the answer is Bioshock. Do you want to do the next 10?
Yeah, okay. On to 21. In which 2006 PS2 game do you play as a girl called Jennifer accompanied by a dog called Brown? And that's Rule of Rose. That's the one I think we definitely have.
This is really quickly the video game footage we saw for that before we when we put this all together. It was just a woman with a fork, literally a fork, stabbing a child, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to play that. What? What's happening?
Question 22. Alma Wade is a major character in which series of horror games? And the answer is Fear. Question 23. In which game do you play as James Earl Cash, a death row prisoner who is forced to participate in a series of snuff films for disgraced film producer Lionel Starkweather? The answer is Manhunt.
Voiced by Brian Cox, by the way.
Saucy brave information right there. Question 24. In 2002, which John Carpenter film received a video game version? And the answer is The Thing.
The game I was alluding to earlier on the 8-bit systems was Big Trouble in Little China, which is bad.
Yeah. Have we got it?
I think we've got it in like a collection.
Yeah. We have to play it. Question 25. How many different ammo types are there in 1933's Doom? And there are 4. There are bullets, shells, rockets, and cells. But you don't have to have all that. You just get 4 is fine, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you have to listen. Yeah, that's fine.
Number 26. When you play the piano in the original Resident Evil, what comes out the fireplace? And the answer is a snake.
A massive snake.
Number 27, which enemy comes out of the floor in the attic in the original Alone in the Dark? And it is a zombie. Question 28, what's the name of Luigi's new ghost hunting tool? And it's the Poltergeist 3000. That's really cool, I want one. Number 29, Crimson Butterfly is the subtitle to which game? And the answer was Fate of Frame 2.
Or you may have written down Project 02. That's fine as well.
Oh, there we go. And the last one of this round, question 30, what is the name of the main AI antagonist in the System Shock games? And the answer is Shodan.
Shodan, yeah, absolutely terrifying.
So moving on to round 2 answers for the picture round. We've got them up by there.
So yeah, you've got number 1 is Limbo, one of Faye's favourite games. Number 2 is Until Dawn Rush of Blood, the PSVR spin-off of Until Dawn series. Number 3 was Splatterhouse, the original. Number 4 is Five Nights at Freddy's. Number 5 is Zombies Ate My Neighbours. Number 6 is Slenderman. Number 7, the Taiwanese horror game, which is really bizarre but amazing, is called Behind the Screen. Number 8 is Alice Madness Returns. Number 9, in which you play a child, like a 1.5-year-old child, a really good idea for a horror game, Among the Sleep. And 10 is Inside, which is a kind of spiritual successor to Limbo, which was the clue. You can tell by the art styles looking at these, actually.
Yeah.
So, the anagram round.
How many people had these right, do you think?
I think a few. I'm not very good at anagrams, but I know a lot of other people are. So.
I always find anagrams a bit difficult. I always kick myself when I see the answers then, because I think...
yeah.
So number 1, we had Handgun Touring, and the answer was... Well, unjumbled, it was Haunting Ground.
Number 2 was Oat Slut, my favourite breakfast cereal, and of course that is Outlast.
Well, number 3 was my favourite breakfast bar, Walnut Din.
And the answer was Until Dawn.
Brit last night had this Stella hangover. He had a Stella nightmare.
It was actually a Jack Daniels nightmare. But yeah, the answer, of course, for that is Little Nightmares.
And the last one is E's Private.
And that is Parasite Eve, a game which had a... We've talked about on this before, actually, on the quiz before, where they had a really weird third game on the PSP, which I need to play.
Yeah. So that is the end of the answers for round 3. Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
Hello, we're back.
And we actually ran out of room on the... Where's my phone? Where is it? Here we go. We actually ran out of room on this... what's it called? The slides for the answers for this, but I've got them here. So the music round, the answer was number 1 is Alan Wake. Number 2 is Castlevania on the NES. Number 3 is Condemned Criminal Origins. Number 4 was Friday the 13th, the video game. Number 5, one of my favourite titles in anything, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, Harlan Ellison, a game on which I need to own on PC. Number 6 was Left 4 Dead. Number 7 was Maniac Mansion on the NES. Number 8 was Metro 2033. Number 9 was Resident Evil 2, and it's the music that plays when you save your game. And number 10 was Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive, and I'm sure everyone got that.
Yeah.
And that is the end of the quiz.
So you do the
end of the quiz
dance for Halloween.
We do it for 20 minutes.
Hope you all enjoyed anyway. I definitely enjoyed doing it.
And thank you for doing the makeup as well. This is
That's
obviously you get a good look. So yeah, this is, I guess, the next time we'll see everyone will be at Christmas.
Yeah, and we did plan on doing a Christmas quiz, didn't we?
Yeah, so that's going to happen.
So that'll be our next focus.
But let us know your scores in the comments, and anything, if this reminds you of any cool games or anything you think we should play around this sort of spooky season, let us know. But
because we're going to have to play some horror games tonight now.
Horror games.
And listen to a bit of John Carpenter on vinyl.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's going to be a tough night, but we better start.
We'll get through it.
Yeah. Well,
so, from me and my not-so-beautiful assistant, it is time to say goodbye. Have an awesome Halloween. Love to everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you at Christmas.
Happy Halloween. Have an awesome one, and have fun.
Bye-bye.